As a business owner or maybe a startup founder or an entrepreneur, between Google Ads and Meta Ads, which one do you think is best for your business, or which one do you think currently right now you are putting more effort in ads and all of that? So please, you're more than welcome to leave your thoughts in the comments. So, but let me actually dive deeper, that is, go in to explain why I'm actually saying this. So recently, there's a client we are working with, and this client asks us this question. They have tried a couple of options, tried to experiment a lot, and they came to us, looking at our expertise and our team. So they asked, okay, between these two platforms, which one do we think is good for them based on their business models and based on their competitor analysis that they have done? I said, okay, no problem. They will give them an example. Let's say, for example, they are into e-commerce, for example. This is just more like an example. I don't want to kind of like go deep, explain the business model of the client and all of that. So they came, then we said, okay, look at this example. Let's say, for example, your clients, your potential customers, they are looking for the best iPhone, the best iPhone 17 that's not republished or anything. They are searching for it on Google, and Google will pop up different results, even ads on different websites that are currently running based on a particular product, and the customer will have the choice to select. They will click different random links to see the one that catches their attention, the one that they think meets their needs and all of that, before they will go ahead to see, okay, if they can buy or if they can acquire or something like that. But when it comes to meta ads, what happens? A random customer, a random user is maybe at home just scrolling on Facebook or maybe on Instagram, any of that platforms, looking at posts, liking, more like doom scrolling, until something catches their attention. Maybe your ads, catches their attention. Remember, when it comes to meta platform, the customer opened the application without the intention of buying. They never had that intention. Okay, I'm going to buy something right now. Let me see what I'm going to buy. No, they are just kind of like scrolling, and they saw your ad, and maybe if the hook like is good and it didn't caught their attention, they were like, that's nice. Then they clicked, they went through everything you posted. Then probably the thing they click, they buy, the thing converts. Remember, at that particular point, the customer has no intention of buying, but they saw the ad, it captivated them, they took action, and you made a sell. When it comes to Google, it's about what? Intentions. The customers have an intention already. They know what they want, they know what they are looking for. So they go to Google and search for best whatever this, best product, best service, best restaurant, best hotels, best local restaurant near me, best barber shops, best this, best that, things near me based on what they are looking for. They already know what they are looking for. They are intentional. Now, when it comes to Google Ads is based on intent, what the customer wants, because they already know what they want. For example, when you go to Google yourself and you're searching for something, definitely you see sponsored ads, Google ads, and all of that based on what you are looking for. Sometimes there's suggestions which we know, but it gives you, it streamlines your results based on what you're actually searching for, based on your intentions. But when it comes to meta ads, there is no intention to it. It's just based on what? Emotion, based on, you scroll, you see the ads comes up, let's say based on the algorithm, things you have interacted with, based on similar interests and all of that. So you see the ads, it captivates your attention, then you buy. These are more like scenarios of what we gave to the client. We even went further to kind of like even try to break it down in so many scenarios. And the client was like, wow, like they never saw it coming, They were like, okay, so what do you think? I said, well, at this point, if you ask us to be safe, to be honest, we will say look at both ads, because what, they are both giants based on their strength. For example, when it comes to meta ads, people will be like, okay, go for meta ads, that's the best. Of course, with this analogy I just gave you guys right now, you believe, okay, that's fine, that's good. But when it also comes to Google ads, it has its own strength as well, because people already know what they want, so they want to just go straight to it. So if you're somebody who is kind of like, okay, you're into one of the things people are searching for, then probably you should also look into that particular Google Ads. Not even probably, you should even look into it, I must tell you. But remember, everything boils down to your budget. So with the particular client you're working with, the person was like, okay, this is how much I'm willing to spend for these ads. Okay, what do you think we should do? I was like, okay, now based on your budget, if you want to look at the two platforms based on what we just said right now, which means you need to kind of like, okay, look into your budget more. Maybe if you want to kind of like, okay, go up a bit, or maybe okay, if you want to split, or maybe if you want to do A and B testing to see which one performs better, then if you want to go all in, fine. But if you want to go on these two platforms, it's all good as well. I will not say do this platform and leave this platform, but most people will be like, okay, look at Meta Ad first, but look at how about Google Ads. I've seen Google Ads done pretty well for a client. We are testimony to that. We have seen Google Ads done so much well for a client, and at the same time, Meta Ads done so well for a client. But most times, you just have to be aware that sometimes, your ad budget matters, your ad spending matters as well, your targeting as well matters as well. All these things plays different things, and it's not something that you just do right now and you be like, okay, oh, all right, I'm done. Something you have to do consistently. Most times when a customer sees ad first time, they likely wouldn't take action. Second time, they won't likely take action, but third time, definitely they're going to take action. So this also has to do with your budget as well. So if you run the first one, it doesn't go well, remember retargeting as well. That is another thing again, also the targeting, which would force them to take action. Remember on the internet, everybody's trying to sell these days. Everybody just were like, okay, hey, they're trying to take money from me, they're trying to sell me something. Everybody just be like, they're always trying to sell. You just have to be aware and know how you do things. So for me, if you ask me based on my experience and working with different clients, I will say opt in for both platforms, but you just have to be aware again the budget as well. If you, let's say for example, you're looking at 1,000 euros, maybe $1,000 to actually put in, maybe you won't be like, okay, let me just put 500 here, 500 here. But remember, the higher they are spending, the better the result. But if you just want to do the A and B testing with $1,000, fine. You can as well split the two and go all in. But if you just want to test one platform first and see how it goes, then you want to go in one platform, fine and good as well. Everything depends on your budget. But with us, based on our experience, I would say, sometimes it's something that is not predictable, to be honest with you guys. Like I said before, sometimes it performs well, sometimes it doesn't. Most times, the first one likely won't perform. It might, but when you retarget as well, that's when it will take off. These are just both based on experiences, how we have done our A and B testing, the response we got, and all of that. So I don't know if you're an entrepreneur, maybe a business owner, a startup owner, and you are in between this stage. I would say, what I would just say, you sit down, you kind of like, you go back to your drawing board and try to do texting on the platforms. Possibly, if you can run the two platforms, see how it goes, see the one that actually got you the result, then see what you want to take, like the next action to take. If you want to go with Google Ads, fine and good. If you want to go with Meta Ads, fine and good. Remember, it depends on what you're actually selling, what you're actually advertising as well. But both platforms, they are good as well. You see most people that do e-commerce will be like, yeah, Google is great, like Meta Ads is great. If a service provider, both works perfectly well. So if you're on this, let's say if you're in between this thought, like if you're in between, like, okay, which one is good for my business, just let me know, share your thought on the comment, and let's interact. Let's share ideas. And apart from that, guys, that's just it. Just want to kind of like share this particular insight, ask this question to also hear from you guys as well. And I believe our client that we're working with is also kind of like watching this video, because that's something the same conversation we had with the client, I'm also putting out here and all of that. So my name is Omasi, guys, and I would love to see you guys on the next one. So if you're seeing this video for the first time, please, I'm more than welcome. Subscribe to the channel, give your thoughts, share your thoughts in the comment section, and we will always respond to you. And apart from that, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Peace and bye for now. Ciao.